I thought he said something about it, then I woke up from the dream, but I was like, no, that must be like when you get the phone call your relative died, that then you like snap out of it. All right, today I'm checking out the Tragically hip. I'm listening to the song Nautical Disaster. Let's get into it.
This dream where I relished the fray and the screaming filled my head all day. It was as though I'd been spit here, settled into the pocket of a lighthouse on some rocky socket of the coast of France, dear. One afternoon, 4,000 men died in the water here, and 500 more were thrashing madly as parasites mine in your blood. Now I was in a lifeboat designed for 10 only. Anything that's systematic would get you hated. It's not a deal, not a test, not a love of something fading down. The selection was quick, the clue was picked in order, and those left in the water got kicked off our paddling, and we headed for home. Then the dream ends when the phone rings. You're doing alright. You said it's out there most days and nights, but only a fool would complain. Anyway, Susan.
Man, so is this a true story? From what I'm hearing, he said there was some kind of, well, nautical disaster, like the title says, and 500 or something people died in it. And the music video is supposed to be in the spot where that happened, at least the spot where he's standing and you can just see water and waves and stuff like that. I'm guessing, it's got to be a true story. Well, if I'm even hearing it right, but it's got to be a true story because you wouldn't just make a fantasy story up about something like this. A fantasy story, usually it's just a little, it's more obvious that it's fantasy when it is fantasy. It can be very fantastical. This sounds kind of true. But then he said the dream ends. Then the dream ends and got a phone call and woke up. Does that mean this is about a dream, or it means like your life ends as you know it once you get the phone call, you hear your relative pass away or something? I don't know, but his voice is cool. He's doing this like little vibrato thing. You know what I mean? You know, it's got an interesting sound.
Susan, if you like a conversation, just fade a sound in my memory as those fingernails scratching on my heart.
And his voice was so emotional, which I guess he's making it like that for this song since it's about a serious event that I do want to know more about. Oh, wow, they had lyrics in the description. I had this dream where I relished the fray and the screaming filled my head all day. It was a dream. It was a dream. It was as though I had been spit here, settled into the pocket of a lighthouse on some rocky socket. So it's not a true event. I thought he said something about it, then I woke up from the dream, but I was like, no, that must be like when you get the phone call your relative died, that then you like snap out of it. You know what I mean? Your life is forever changed. So it was a dream that whole time. Oh wait, true story. And he's dealing with being one of the few to survive. So it was not a dream. Okay, so it is a true story. And okay, so I don't know if he was really on the boat or not, but it doesn't really matter. He's telling the perspective of somebody who was on the boat. That would be crazy if he actually was on the boat. He's one of the people who survived, and then that's where the art is coming from. Survivor's guilt. It's about a relationship going bad, and the nautical disaster is in a dream, and the metaphor for their relationship according to one site. Okay, so according to some site, that's the meaning. Dang. Okay, what is it? What is it? Is it a dream that's a metaphor for a relationship going bad? Or is it really a true story about some kind of nautical disaster? Getting conflicting information. Well, I guess it doesn't truly matter if it's true or not, or about a relationship or not. The song still stands as it is. The art is what it is. But to me, his voice sounded so emotional. That was the thing that stood out the most to me in that song. His voice is just, it had like a little bit of, what do you call it? Vibrato or warble? Like not a lot, not like Tori Amos levels. You know what I mean? But it just had a little bit of shakiness. You know, you get really emotional. Your voice sounds kind of shaky. That's how his voice sounded at certain times. That's what I'm saying, like a little bit of vibrato, but it wasn't overwhelming. It just had such an emotional sound to it. And then just had just a tinge of that shaking. It just felt super emotional. And that's why I was thinking it was a true story. I didn't really question if it wasn't a true story, even for a second. Only the dream part. But I was like, no, I even rationalized why the dream couldn't have been a real dream. It was about a true story. It just, the emotions felt too raw and real for that to not be a true story. But if the meaning about the relationship is correct, then I mean, relationships give you all kinds of emotions. So that would be where the emotion is coming from. Either the true story in survivor's guilt or the relationship that went bad. You get emotional in either case.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. You to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know. But I don't